Hey there guys, welcome back to Harman Art TV. So in today's video, I'd like to talk about NFT art and is it important? Yeah, let's get to it. So I thought I'd make a new series of videos called On the Couch, and to kind of make these kind of informal, kind of like casual conversations. So today we've got with us, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello everybody, my name is Wen-Hsi. I'm an artist, mainly focused on porcelain wall art.
Hey Wen-Hsi.
Hello, Martin.
I thought we'd just do this video because at the moment NFT art is like a really hot topic at the moment. It's just, you know, if you go into the art world, offline and online, you'll probably find some artists or art organizations either talking about NFT art, or in some cases they're already kind of dipping their toes in the water and, you know, trying this new technology out for themselves. And so I thought it would just be interesting to talk to Wen-Hsi about our views about the NFT art market and or NFT art in general, and kind of what's going on and how, you know, why is this important, what's so significant about it, and what's with all the hype at the moment, and, you know, just talk about, you know, the positives and the negatives of it, and the potential for this new space to develop into the future. So if I briefly introduce, you know, talk about, you know, what is an NFT art, what is NFT art, just to give you a brief kind of summary of what it is, in case you don't know, in case you've been living under a rock or something. I mean, technology just changes so quickly. But anyway, so imagine I give you like an original artwork. It is the only one of its kind existing, and there is no way of copying the real physical thing. So it belongs entirely to you, and you have the certificates of authenticity to prove it. And because you own it, you have the right to keep it for yourself, pass it on to family or friends, or even sell it at an auction house or on the secondary market. So it's really up to you to decide, because you own that physical artwork. And I just use this as a metaphor because an NFT artwork is a bit like this, only it's digital. So an NFT is called it basically stands for non-fungible token. And this is data that is stored on the blockchain. You can do a bit of research about what the blockchain is and you'll find some more information, but it's a new kind of technology. A bit like, you know, if you imagine the internet of things kind of interconnected. We all have like different websites, but these can all connect to each other, and we can go from one website to the next. And the blockchain is a bit like that, whereas the blockchain is a network of basically data, I guess, almost kind of moving around this network, but it's all encrypted using cryptography, which is like a series of numbers that's used to kind of protect the system and make it very difficult for people to hack. These NFTs are created on the blockchain. And then what makes this NFT artwork unique is that it cannot be copied, as the blockchain certifies this. In other words, you have complete ownership of the digital artwork, knowing that it is an original and it's certified, and it can't be copied. And so this is the power of the blockchain, because it's basically like it's storing data, a unique number that cannot be copied, and therefore gives it its scarcity and uniqueness and security. You know, what can you do with this NFT artwork? As the NFT digital artwork now belongs to you, you can either keep it for years to come and enjoy it on your digital devices like your laptop, smartphone, or you can pass it on to other people or sell it on the secondary market. And this blockchain technology allows this to be done. Yeah, so as a ceramic artist yourself, I mean, what do you think is what do you think are the positives of NFT art for you?
For me, the NFT art can easy for the buyer buy the artwork 24 hours, and no matter where you are, you don't limit by the location and time, and also currency. So it's quite easy to process. In the physical world, if you like to buy ceramic, sculpture, or art, you only need to wait until I wake up, and then we buy email, and then I shipped in this item to your home. But for the ceramic item, really challenges. Ceramic is quite tactile material. For the NFT, you can't touch the real object. You only can visualize the artwork. And also for some artwork, it might be has smell, but NFT you can't smell anything. More for the 2D artwork. So I think for me, I think the benefit is just time and space and currency.
Yeah, that's a good point, because it's not like any other online art market. Say if you sell artwork on your website, or a secondary market like Saatchi Art or Artfinder, if someone buys your work, you usually have to, if someone buys in a different time zone, like you're asleep or someone buys your work, they have to wait 1 or 2 days to receive that item. But with an NFT, it's just automatic, just like, oh, I see this image, click, buy, then it's yours, and you can do whatever you want with it. You can move this image around, you can send it to people, you can store it on a digital wallet. So there's so many different use cases and possibilities. I think for me, NFTs are ideal for people who are more kind of tech savvy, who understand computers and grew up with computers, or frequently play computer games. Or maybe it's someone who, they don't have a lot of space at home to store an original artwork, but they have access to the internet, and so they'd rather just buy a digital artwork. That's one of my takes. Any other positives for you?
It could be NFT is quite focused on copyright, and also record who purchased this artwork, and it could be in the physical work. A buy my artwork and then deliver it to B, C, D. Maybe for me as an artist, it's really challenging to check my artwork right now in whose hand. But for the NFT, people can know the live record.
You can trace the history because of everything is transparent, and you can know that, okay, someone's purchased this NFT I created, this artwork, digital artwork, and now the buyer has it, and I can see, okay, this person has it now. And then afterwards, if that buyer then decides that he or she no longer wants it anymore, he or she can sell it on the secondary market, and then you'd know who the next buyer is after that. And I'll add one more point there, is that another good thing is that if it is resold on the secondary market, you can program into the NFT a proceed, almost like they call it like a royalty. So every time that digital NFT image is sold, the artist can receive a small royalty, whether that's 5% or 10%. So it gets sold on the secondary market, and the artist receive a small amount of the money from that sale, which I think is really quite liberating and good for artists, because the art world is does have a lot of artworks that are sold on the secondary market as a big component of the art world, because they're unique objects. They can go from buyer, they can go from the seller to the buyer. The buyer then can take that to an auction house, and the kind of chain continues. And usually, until now, an artist wouldn't receive any kind of money from the secondary sale. So you can imagine if like some artist sold their work for £400, and then the buyer then resold that on the secondary market for £800. That buyer would obviously receive the whole 400, perhaps the whole £400, and the artist wouldn't receive any of that. So I suppose in some way it makes it more fair in a sense, and I think from an artist's point of view, artists we just want to continue doing what we enjoy. We want to continue making and being creative, and I think that level of financial support could be really good, because it keeps artists like ourselves going, and makes the art practice more financially sustainable. So that's definitely a positive side.
And also, some gallery didn't pay the artist when they sell the artwork. Usually will take 1 month.
1 month, yeah.
Some gallery even if it takes 6 months. So
yeah,
artists is really challenged to survive, just sell the artwork.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, obviously, I think it happens for other retailers as well. But it's a very good point. Usually, if an artist sells their work in a gallery, the funds from that sale don't usually go to the artist straight away. Usually, it can take up to a month, if not 3 months.
Or some of even 6 months.
Yeah, so that just opens up more kind of connectedness, I guess, where the sale of the object, of the digital artwork, is quick, and the proceeds from that sale go directly to the artist at super high speeds, I guess. So now that was some of the positives. I mean, we could talk forever, but we're not going to let this video kind of drag on too long. But anyway, the negatives. So what are the negatives of NFT art? Would you like to start, Wen-Hsi?
I think for the moment I saw the NFT negative. It can't be, it's not negative. Just at the moment, social media and mainstream news all talk about NFT. Most of people talk about NFT, many focus on investment, talk about money. I hardly see people talk about the NFT spiritual or philosophy or passion of NFT, why you love this digital media, what thing let the artist or investor want to invest digital art. This is the account of negative, because as an artist I create the art, I use my spiritual, I use my life, my philosophy. Art is part of my life. It's not just about money. So I think probably this is one of the negative side I sold currently.
Yeah, I think you got a good point, because the space is so new, there's a lot of buyers that are just coming in purely for speculation, purely for trading, like investment reasons. And I suppose like it's maybe it's not like all that bad, but when there's a majority of people just in the market for purely for just speculating on these NFTs to make money, it kind of makes me feel a bit kind of turned off, because I just hope that this market can become something more than just kind of monetary kind of speculation and provide more value to people's lives and connect to people's lives in a deeper way. Not saying it's wrong, because I guess that's the world we live in. There's people who want to speculate and make money, but you know, I think it would become more balanced. Maybe that's a good thing.
I think money is just a tool. If money becomes central of the life, I think it loses the essence
of, like you said, the spirituality.
Yeah.
Because then it's just like, then it becomes like really money driven, like money, and then then you don't think about anything else. It's just like, yeah, exactly. You lose that kind of soul, that kind of fundamental foundation behind artworks, and why
artists create artwork.
Yeah, and why it's an NFT, and what is the purpose and function of an NFT,
and what is the value of the artwork.
Yeah, and how can that shift into the NFT. Yeah. So I'm going to look on my list now for negatives. Yeah, there is an issue I found from doing my research, that people can easily copy artists' images and then create their own NFT without the copyright from the artist itself. And there has been some cases where some fraudsters have stolen imagery from artists to create their own NFT to make money from. And that has been, that seems like it's not too good. Well, obviously it doesn't seem very good. So that's one issue I found. So there is the whole situation around the legal kind of aspects around NFTs, because it's such a new space. The law hasn't really had time to catch up and make sense and figure out the rules of this market. What do you think?
Yeah, I think for the regulation and digital artworks have some risk. It seems not stable yet. And for example, like the virtual reality, the virtual land and property in virtual space. And even if in the physical world we buy property already quite challenged, and right now another big challenge is how you buy the land in virtual reality, how you buy the property in virtual reality. And this part, I think for me, I feel quite risky because I couldn't see any digital law to
deal with the law.
Yeah. And then this
if something goes wrong, then in most cases you're pretty buggered.
Yeah, because I'm just not too sure if I had some problem, who should call. Yeah, and who can help me solve this digital land issue.
Yeah. That's a good point. Let's see if I can find one more negative.
I think it could be, is not the vocabulary called negative, just the uncertainty. And then let us worry about that uncertainty. Yeah.
So obviously there is problems with kind of money laundering. That's another feature of NFTs. So I guess regulations need to come in to regulate the space a bit. What else have we got? There's the environmental impact, and because currencies are used to purchase these NFTs, these digital currencies, some of the companies behind this are not environmentally friendly, or maybe not. In terms of they produce a lot of they need a lot of electricity. But when I found out some of these companies are beginning to look at solutions, and they have solutions coming up in the near future to reduce their environmental impact. And so it's interesting because I think like any other new technology, I guess like when you look at how cars came in, they were very polluting, and now the companies are trying to find new ways of introducing electric cars to, solve the environmental problems from that. So I guess as technology evolves, it'll become more kind of sustainable. That is one, I suppose, one concern. So I think I'll wrap that up there because we've gone through quite a lot. I think another thing I will mention as a positive is that I like the idea of a future possibility where you can create your own NFT artwork, and then you can then have the opportunity to shift that into a virtual gallery, or you can shift that into a computer game, and then maybe that NFT artwork in the computer game becomes like a collectible or something that people have to go around this game to find the NFT artwork. So I think there's a lot of potential for the NFT to move around different spaces, whether that's virtual reality, exhibitions, computer games, through other people. So I think there's a lot of potential there. So in conclusion then, would you consider making your own NFT artwork?
Yes, I like to create NFT artwork in the future. However, I'm still thinking about the purpose for me to create NFT. I still need time to digest, to think, because for me NFT is another platform, another material, and how I transforming my ceramic artwork, sculpture, wall piece to the digital world. And I think I need to spend more time to understand my ceramic practice in the digital world. And it could be I will create one, let's try it first. I'm not too sure, I'm still thinking about the potential of NFT.
Yeah. And also it's a big learning curve, because I remember when I first tried it, it took me hours just to learn it myself. But by doing it, I learned so much. And the space is so, it's difficult to use at the moment, depending on the platform you're using, because it's so new. But I guess as time progresses, it'll become easier for people to use. My closing thoughts. Is that I entered this space because I wanted to learn something new, and I like trying new things and finding new ways to create art and put it out there into the world, whether that's through sculpture, painting, video, merchandise. I just like exploring and trying new things and learning. So that was my big reason. Yes, as an artist, I would like to sell my work so I can sustain my practice financially, so I can buy materials, I can pay for the bills. That's another reason getting into the space, because it is a developing community of collectors, and I just really like to be a part of that scene, I guess, and just try something new, because it is. I think it is a new. I think the collectors there are probably, a new collector, in the sense that maybe they don't buy original artworks, but as mentioned in the beginning, they're more interested in computer related stuff. So this digital artwork more appeals to them. So perhaps then it's a new collector. So that's yeah, that's the reason for me. But anyway, we're going to leave it there, otherwise this video will drag on for like 1 hour.
If you have a question, please comment below. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what are you guys thinking? Do you think NFT art is here to stay? It's the future, or do you think this is like some short-lived movement, and within 6 months to a year, this will all be over, and we'll look back at this and think, like, what were we doing there? Like, I think everyone just got a bit crazy. But it'd be interesting to know your thoughts, so feel free to leave your comment in the description below. It'd be really interesting. And that's it for today, folks. This is, I would like to do more videos like this in the future, called On the Couch, where we have these kind of conversations about specific art related topics. So watch this space. And so thank you very much for watching. I really hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, you're more than welcome to hit the like button to get this video out to more people, and you're welcome to also check out my Patreon below, and you'll get exclusive content and access to merchandise and all that kind of good stuff behind the scenes. And feel free to check it out in the section below. And we'll see you in the next video. So take care of yourself. Bye bye.
Bye bye.